Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me? We met a few nights ago.
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I did the night before.
Yes, you had definitely drunk too much then as well. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to remember you. This time.
Inebriation aside, do you need medical help?
Yes. I feel sicker than usual these days.
Take this, then. And perhaps you could try to slow down the alcohol intake, too.
Hey, Doc, you don't really want me to stop the only remedy I can afford.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Delaney?
I drink. I drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night. And then I drink some more.
Why do you drink so much?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying slowly. Death can be so abrupt. Personally, I like to see mine coming at my own pace.
You sound very sad, sir.
That's because I am, Doc.
Don't you work at all?
I'd love to, but I don't have the time. Didn't I tell you? Drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night.
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly, so joyful.
No reason at all to rejoice, then? Life is hopeless and then we die, is that it?
Let me tell you a story.
All right. Go on.
A few years ago, when I believed a resolute man could change things around here for good, a tragedy occurred nearby.
What kind of tragedy?
It was a bomb. A bomb that exploded and killed many people. Metal and blood everywhere. Shouts, fire, broken window of the shoe shop, the torn streetlight.
You lost people you loved that day, didn't you?
I've lost everything. But you know what the worst part is? I don't even remember where it happened. I've drunk so much to forget it, and now I can't remember where it was. I can't pay my homage to the dead.
I'm sorry, Mr. Delaney.
It's okay. If you ever find the place, just leave a flower for me there. Even if you tell me where it is, I'm not sure I'd memorize it.
Is there anything in particular?
How dare you?
Why are you so cynical?
Cynicism is the polite way to express despair, Doctor.
Surely you must have had dreams and expectations when you were young, like everybody else.
Sure, I wanted things to change. To really change, and to change for good. The bigger the dream, the harder the fall.
Sounds like you were an idealist, which is honorable.
No, sir. I was an anarchist and I believed that exclusive property is a robbery in nature. I wanted a new world to rise from the ashes, Dr. Reid.
Do you really think the world is that bad?
No, I believe we all can choose to make it better. But most of us are too weak, too corrupt and too guilty. I failed for sure, but others will come.
I want to know more about your past as an anarchist, Dyson.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor, make no mistake. I just reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my comrades.
Do you still see your comrades, then? Even if you don't agree with their methods anymore, I mean.
No. I hope they'll come to share my point of view one day. I'll raise my glass to that splendid idea.
Do you believe in a bloodless revolution, then?
I do not believe in much anymore, Doctor. But I'll admit I like your idea of peaceful change. I like it a lot.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
I really don't know. I heard he'd been abducted. I don't know if he's back.
Who could tell me, then?
About the sad saint. I'll try asking Tom Watts about him.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
So he drinks to forget, but paradoxically wants me to find what he forgot so that homage can be paid. Which is like, his problem is he got what he wanted as far as the drinking goes, and he actually did forget. And he didn't actually want to forget, apparently. Man, they go really low poly at great distances. Reminds me of Yakuza. Just like they turn into like these PS2 graphics, then you get like just a little closer and they turn into a face. How close can I get? There it goes. It's one way to keep the game running. All the distant people are PS2 people with like, maybe even PS1 era people with giant block faces, like Silent Hill 1. Then they pop in as you get close. So I think that you can put 2 and 2 together with the explosion he was talking about. He was an anarchist, he had brethren, and they fought for revolution, and then one explosion took out people he loved, or maybe just too many people, or just people in general, and then he wasn't ready for that part. He wasn't on board for that, and now he probably spends all of his time drinking to forget that that ever happened, and how he was probably complicit in it. So much stuff to be had everywhere. Everywhere. Even the safe opens, damn. Wouldn't expect that to be so easy to get open. Is this where the guy's office was? No, it's not. So we know that the leader... We know that the leader of our hospital is a man of faith because it specifically said that if you use a religious symbol, you have to believe in it. You have to have faith in order for the symbol to work. Which means that if his symbol worked, if his symbol of faith worked at all, that means that he actually believes in it. That's what's going on here. This is Sean Hampton's office. I was trying to remember or think about like why the hospital owner was here specifically. He was investigating the disappearance of Sean Hampton and was in Sean's office. This is where Sean's supposed to be. There's a portrait of him and everything. So I was surprised when he just went over to the hospital. I'm like, yeah, by the way, I work here. I'm like, why were you in that other office? It's like, no, I wasn't walking into his office to talk to him. I was walking into Sean's office where he happened to be. They might have said that, but I wasn't as used to the characters and names and cast quite as much yet.
I live long enough to see them wet boot boys.
You cannot see me now, Mum.
Evening, miss.
Well, I never. That's a first. Customers who make that much mess rarely come back. Never mind in fancy togs.
I'm much more myself than when we first met. By the way, I'm Jonathan, Dr. Jonathan Reid.
Welcome back to the Turquoise Turtle then, Doctor. I'm Sabrina Cavendish. How can I help you?
What can you tell me about this area?
People don't appreciate that line of questioning round here. You'd best be more careful with what you say, sir.
You look concerned, Miss Cavendish.
This is a bad borough. Most people I know are afraid. Most locals will rob you blind, or worse. You best mind your step.
Strong reaction, but you're the first one to act that way to that question.
If you're uncertain about your safety here, the docks might not be the right place for you.
I got responsibilities. And it's not like I got the money to move anywhere else anyway.
This place seems, how shall I put it, very colorful. I'm sure it has plenty of stories to tell.
We get people of all sorts here. It's that rare place in the docks where you can have a drink without being murdered. At least it's not happened yet.
So this bar is neutral territory then?
Yeah. Tom's convinced this is something the locals need. No one ever draws a weapon here. That's one of the reasons I accepted the job.
Your boss must be quite the negotiator to force such an agreement.
Yeah. Tom's a great bloke. Mr. Hampton, who runs the night asylum, he's the only other man that's able to keep peace around here.
Excuse my curiosity, but where exactly are you from, Miss Cavendish?
Something bothering you? What, my name? Or my complexion?
Believe me, I never judge someone on their place of birth or the color of their skin.
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not to make fun of me. Just you, Tom, Dyson, Miss Fishburne, and of course Mr. Hampton.
I'm sorry if I worried you. I was just curious to find out if you know this part of town well.
Nosy. My dad was a sailor from Bombay, and my mum was a maid born up in Glasgow. They got married in London, and here I am.
Sabrina, tell me about your true feelings for your boss.
I love Tom. Not ashamed of it. Don't care if the customers joke about it neither.
Who's mocking you?
I mean, we're always together. People will talk, won't they?
Does Tom love you?
Yeah, but he's always reluctant to take it further. It's not because I'm younger, or because of the colour of my skin. He hates jokes about us.
Miss Cavendish, would you be willing to help me locate Sean Hampton?
You better ask Tom, sir.
Why not answer me directly?
We respect the privacy of our customers here, sir. Only Tom can decide who to speak to and what he'll say to them.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
With the epidemic, no one dares go outside.
Just kind of poke around back here. I'm a little surprised that Tom's not the cornerstone of the community, the pillar of the community, as opposed to Sean. If he's established neutral ground.
Stupid or something. I've never even been to India.
Kind of feels like this place might be like the... It might be that this building is what kind of holds society together in this area.
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reid, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome back, Doctor.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's not that bad. Thanks to people like the sad saint of the East End.
Who?
Sean Hampton, our own private holy figure. Few are foolish enough to make peace with the gangs. Sean is one of them.
How is it you can keep this place open? This part of town doesn't seem particularly safe.
Well, since everybody needs a drink, my pub is considered neutral ground by most groups.
I see. So you get pressure from all sides about how this place should be run, do you?
Or something like that. Nothing that a few wise words and a bottle of gin can't solve.
You're something of a figurehead around here.
I'm only pouring alcohol for everyone to forget their troubles. Sean Hampton is the one giving them long-term hope.
Since I'm here, is there anything I can do?
Well, perhaps, Doctor. Peace partly depends on my stock of gin. And with the epidemic, my supplies are running low.
How could a physician help you in this matter?
I have a small warehouse just past the quarantine line. Perhaps, with you being a doctor, you could go there and come back?
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know. Very well. Show me where it is. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in. You're about to save many dry throats.
Why does your waitress feel in danger working on the docks?
This part of town is dangerous for all, but for women it's worse, as always. Sabrina is a brave girl, but she can't help feeling in danger.
Do you think she has good reason to feel this way? Are you not worried about her safety?
Of course I am. The truth is, she's tougher than me deep inside. She just has to learn to control it.
Sabrina seems very fond of you, Tom.
I like her too, I really do. I know I'm her boss, and I'm much older and all. But I like her for sure.
What is bothering you then?
Sabrina is an angry one. She wears it like a coat. I'm not sure I can make her shed that anger. It hurts to see her like that.
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
There's gotta be something can be done to get out of this bullshit.
I believe he returned to his flock. Can you confirm that?
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about the poor and sick. Oh, I guess it has something to do with what happened to him as a baby.
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a Catholic orphanage in Dublin. That would explain his faith and need to help everyone.
The important thing is I find him, quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
Not long ago, this sort of
I
mess.
should have offered a drink to the boy. Be he cursed or not, he's just another lost orphan.
I forgot to double check to see if he's sick or not. Tom, there you are. Nope, he's good. Keeping healthy. Good to know that the people that serve beverages aren't sick. It's a good place to start.
I hope I live
Bunch of
long
happy
enough to
folk
live.
in the city all the time. Everyone's having a grand old time. Actually, I've stocked up like crazy on objectives around here. Oh, yes, I have. Yeah. I already took care of those 2 just in this session, and there's already 4 more. But here's where the bombing took place. Gin bottles from Tom Watt's stash. Posters in the pile. And then figure out where to take the watch. Somebody I haven't met yet, and somebody I don't know exists yet. The posters are all the way over there? Well, screw you then. I thought they'd be next to you. I'm staying on this side of town for now. I'm curious about if the screen is supposed to show morality in some way. Just like, cause like how in KOTOR and Mass Effect, like BioWare character screens would sometimes have some indication of your overall morality. I suspect that his face might be that way because I fed on someone, but I'm not totally sure. I didn't recognize it as being marked before. Oh, I am going to that side of town now, though. Let's just see if there's anything more I can do on this side before I leave. It would have... Oh, the bombing was in Southwark. Sure. I can go on a little trip. Oops, walked right back into the pub. I can take a trip over there. We were just there, so we know the spot. Did I see it before? The site of the bombing. It could be the location on the bridge that's broken. That seems like a likely candidate. Oh, it's a ways away. Oh, what? How long has that body been there? The whole time? What? How did I miss these? Well, now I'm gonna get paranoid. Oh. Oh. That's not a body. Well, now it is, kind of.
For blood.
Site of the bombing. It's on this bridge? Oh no, it's specifically not on the bridge. It's in the starting zone. Right. Oh, hi. How you doing? How am I missing at that range? Yum, yum, yum. What was that? Watch out for the teeth? Interesting comment you had there. You didn't watch out for my teeth. You were supposed to watch out for the teeth, sir. You're feeling alright. It was such a tragic day. It ruined my entire day, and it's why I drink all this time. Please find the site of the bombing and just lay a tribute to the dead. And then I'm like massacring people on the way there, causing like 6 more lives to end or something just on the path inside. Oh yeah, this is a morally balanced scenario. Seems inevitable on some level that like a vampire would be trying to come up with excuses and ways to fool themselves into thinking that they're still a good person, or that they have some kind of balance, when really there's no good direction to go in from what they do.
It's locked, all right.
This kind of hypocrisy showed up in the Vampire Planet saga of the Necroscope series, where you have these people that are all permanently vampires, and they're not gonna kill themselves. They're not gonna stop, and they have countless thralls and a kingdom and everything. But they'll be like diet vampires. They only partake from time to time. It's like, oh, bravo to you and your compassion, Mr. Vampire. And they thought they were better. They were very proud of themselves. That was like the Blood Brothers saga in the middle of the very, very long, like 13-part Necroscope series. Never made it through the whole thing. I think I read the first 3, and then the Blood Brothers saga, which was confusing because it took place after a bunch of books I didn't read. Because I thought that a different world would be an isolated story where I didn't have to know what happened before, but it wasn't entirely that way. Perfume bottle. I don't think I need that. Silver mirror can become 3 rivets, but has great resale value, as it says. Or I get 3 rivets, which I don't know. Do I have any yet? Nope, no good handle parts. So far, I don't have any reason to use rivets, so there's no reason to deconstruct something for it yet.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
One of those vermin.
It's a leech! Kill it!
Feel good? A. Rude. There you go. Nice to meet ya. So the bombing site's just kind of somewhere. He said there was a torn street light and there was a shoe store, I think. This is the hideout I already found before, right? Yeah, and I jumped up there and ran away. That's the course the story took. Don't think I have much reason to re-explore this. Here maybe? Manufacture?
Yes. The place has changed since the explosion, but it was definitely here. I should find some way to pay my respects.
Well, there's a plaque about it, so it makes it pretty clear that there was, in fact... Yeah, that's definitely where it happened. Flowers. Thank you. I thought I was gonna have to go all the way to Whitechapel.
May all who suffered from this tragedy find or rest in peace.
I might be insane. I just killed like 6 people so I could put a flower on a grave. Less a grave and more a memorial of an event too. Like not so much a specific person's death, but just a general tragedy, but one that I wasn't witness to on behalf of somebody else. Ow. There we go. Got him. I always just find it interesting how, like, the perpetual violence cycles in video games have interesting recontextualizations of missions that you go on in them. Probably going the wrong way. Yeah, this is how you get back to where I started. There might be something to notice around here, now that I'm further along. But otherwise, I just have a longer return trip. All these corpses loaded with ammo. Aluminum powder. I didn't have a chance to explore this area the first time around, I don't think, because I was in, like, the red vision mode where I had to kind of stumble around and murder my sister. Can I go back in? No. But we could loot like 50 bodies down there. He snarkily responded, doctors are not immune to disease. Yeah, but I think vampires are. And I haven't seen evidence of being wrong yet. Just to double check, you can't, like, warp in this game, can you? No? For the first time, I find myself interested in a fast travel just because it's kind of a linear, kind of long path. So once you're here, you kind of have to take the trip back. You live this time, rats. But next time... Well, maybe there won't be a next time. We'll see if I actually have a reason to come down here again. I've definitely played a few games that'll have like a one strange, early, isolated area that you can go back to unexpectedly, and they just kind of send you back there and keep contriving reasons to put you back there over and over again. I'm like, why are you doing this to me? That was clearly an area designed to only be visited once, and you keep sending me back. Have I been to here yet? Hello. I assume that means that I have so much light blood serum now that it overflows. I've been here before, haven't I? Oh, he's gone. Wandering drunk, is he?
Enough to see them wet boot boys get what's coming to them.
Sir? Where are you off to now? He could be anywhere in town. Oh boy. Why don't you just stay in the nice bar where you can't slip and fall? Drunk off your ass.
I hope the rumors about Clay are true. Otherwise...
Entirely new characters. I'm gonna try to follow up on what I'm doing right now, though. Was that a lootable thing? No, imagined it. Imagined it, imagined it. Where have you gone? Shouldn't disappear in a town like this. People are gonna think you've been stabbed. They sprint into these people. I think it wasn't consuming stamina while I was sprinting into them. That's a reaction. Sir? if I could politely request for you to not be dead right now. Where the hell did he go?
To every night,
That's where I came from.
and every dawn another death.
I didn't see him on my way in. That's the orphan guy. There he is. Dude, you need to stop walking around.
Good evening, Mr. Delaney.
What? Ah, you're that doctor.
I found the location of the explosion, Mr. Delaney. I placed a flower for you where it happened. Just as you asked.
Really? That's so kind. I never thought someone would... Well, thank you, Doctor.
It's nothing, really. And I'm sorry for your loss.
What? No, I didn't know them. No car was supposed to park there that day. Stupid bastard, why did he park there?
You're the man who hid that bomb.
I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone.
I want you to remember the bomb, Dyson. Tell me about it.
No, I don't want to remember it.
Why use a bomb? What were you trying to destroy?
The Dawson & Dawson ammunitions factory. A symbol of violence against the people. My group wanted to destroy it to send a message.
The victims. They were not the target then.
I spent so much time figuring out the perfect moment. I used a short fuse. No car had ever parked there. They all died.
I sense your guilt, Dyson. Why is that? Did you not think violence was an acceptable political tool?
I still believe our fight was just. By killing an innocent couple who were just at the wrong place at the wrong time. No way.
That bomb also killed you that day, don't you see? You just die a slower death, drink by drink.
I know. Maybe I deserve judgment. Until that day, I'll just be Dyson the drunk, not Dyson the murderer.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
So now we know. The reason why he wants to lead the tribute is because he killed them in the first place. And that's why he drinks. Not even a guilt out of what his organization did, it's a guilt of what he did himself. His attempt at a non-violent revolution or whatever, like trying to attack the thing that causes violence, but himself causing violence towards people and not just property.